Hello everyone. In this tutorial we will talk about differential calculus of vectors and tensors. In differential calculus, this delta term, which is a vector, is del by del xi, del by del yj plus del by del zk. While writing this term is equivalent to del by del x1 del 1, del by del x2 del 2, del by del x3 del 3, which can be written as I going from 1 to 3, del by del xi del I. And if we want to write this in Einstein notation, this summation sign in this direction we don't write, so this is equivalent to writing del by del xi, or we also write a short form which is equal to del I. That means we are taking derivative with respect to x, y, z coordinate in all the directions. This del can be used to find gradient, divergence and curl. I will talk about gradient of vector, divergence of vector and curl for vector. Curl for a scalar is not defined and we cannot dot with a scalar, but we can find gradient of a scalar. So when we find gradient of a vector del of v, this will give us a tensor quantity because we now have del I and vj, and now there will be two direction I and j associated with del I vj. So this will have 9 components and I and j both are going from 1 to 3. When we find divergence del dot of v, this becomes del I vj dotted. This is equal to del I vi, and this becomes a scalar quantity. And when we find curl del cross of v, this will become a vector quantity, and this is del I vj eij k. Physically, the gradient tells us how vector v is changing in all the directions, while divergence physically means what is the accumulation in a differential volume of quantity v. Curl tells us how quantity v is changing with respect to each other in a differential volume. So in fluid flow, it will tell us the ability of the fluid flow to rotate a particular object in the path of the flow. So I will not delve deep into these physical quantities, and now we will go directly to the questions of our tutorial, and we will try to use Einstein notation to solve those questions. The first question is that we need to prove del square V is equal to del of del dot V minus del cross of del cross V. And when we are writing del square, this means this is del dot del of V. So this is a vector quantity because here del dot del will become a scalar quantity, but v is a vector, so the direction will be associated with v. And if we want to write this in terms of Einstein notation, this whole equation will become del I square vj. This is equal to, now we have done a guideline while using Einstein notation that we will try to use same index for same vector on both sides, but right now I will be ignoring that, and then I will be showing how we can show this equality. So del k del m dot with vn minus del o del p crossed with vr. So when we solve this quantity first, what do we get? Del k del m vn del mn. So Kronecker delta comes because of the dot product, and when we solve this quantity del O crossed with del P VR E PR q. So now here q is a vector because p and r are repeating. When we do a dot product u dot v, this is equal to v dot u. But when we are doing this in differential calculus of vectors and tensors, then we cannot exchange del m with vn. We cannot write vn del m because there is a derivative del m that we will have to do for n, so we cannot change the order when we are dealing with calculus. Here I will replace n with m, so I will get del k del m vm, so minus I will solve this cross product now between O and Q vector. So now I will get del O, del P, VR, E, P, R, Q and E, O, Q, S. Now because here Q is the same, we can use our identity that we had used in the previous video, and I will bring S here without changing anything because I am still keeping the order. So this will become now del K del M Vm minus del O del P VR E P R Q E S O Q. So Q is same, so now we can replace this. So I will be solving only this quantity from here. So del O del P VR E P R Q E S O Q is equal to del O del P VR del P S del R O minus, this is Kronecker delta del now, del P O del R S. Now we will bring del O del P V R del P S del R O minus del O del P V R del P O del R S. So now we can replace here R with O and here we can replace O with P. So if we do that, what do we get? Del O del P V O del P S minus del P del P V R del R S. So here we have another Kronecker delta that is left, but we can see that there is no S here and there is no S here also, and S is independent, P is repeating, S is independent, R is repeating. So in that case, if we replace or just do away with this won't change anything. Now P will become independent, here R will become independent. So you can write this fully by taking summation sign and any direction also, and you will see that by doing away with this del PS and del RS, we are not changing anything, but we are left with this del O del P VO minus del P square VR. Now we will substitute this in this equation 1. Let us do that. Equation 1 becomes del K del M Vm minus del O del P VO plus del square P VR. In this we have del M Vm and a del K, and M also goes from 1 to 3, K also goes from 1 to 3, and K is a vector quantity. M, because it is repeating, is a scalar quantity. Here we have del O VO, and in differential calculus, if we take del O inside and take del P outside, it won't change anything. It will be similar to saying that if I have in one equation del by del x del by del y of a function s, which is a function of x comma y, then can I write this as this, right? Because we are doing partial derivatives, it does not change anything. So similarly I can take del p outside and del o inside. So this becomes minus del p del o vo plus del square p vr. Now here we can see that m and this term, they are same because m also goes from 1 to 3 and O also goes from 1 to 3. K goes from 1 to 3 and P goes from 1 to 3. So they are same. Here P is a vector, here K is a vector. So they can be cancelled out. And the only thing that we are left with this, P also, in this term, P also goes from 1 to 3 and R also goes from 1 to 3. And if we move above, here I goes from 1 to 3 and J goes from 1 to 3. So they are also same. That means we have proved our this equation. Second question is del dot of SV is equal to del of S dotted with V plus S del dot V. So you can see that S is a scalar quantity which can be a function of x, y, z or x1, x2, x3. V is a vector quantity which also is a function of x1, x2, x3. Del dot SV will become a scalar quantity, and all these are scalar quantities. So if we write these in terms of Einstein notation, this will become del I dotted with S Vj. This is equal to del K S dotted with VL plus S del M dotted with Vn. Again, I am not using the same index for the vectors that are on both sides of equality. So now what will this be? So here we cannot change the order because derivative that we have to find should be of the multiplication of S and Vj. So we write it as del I S Vj, and now Kronecker delta del Ij. So this quantity we can write it like this, and S and derivative is associated with only V. So I have not solved the dot product here. So you can now see that this is similar to the product rule of the derivative, that in one case we are taking VL to be constant, taking derivative of S, and in one case we are taking S to be constant and taking derivative of V, and we need to prove that it will come out to be this quantity. So now here I will replace J with I, so this will become del I S Vi. So now I will do dot between these two vectors, so this will become VL del K S Kronecker delta LK plus S del M. So I will replace N with M, it will become del M Vm. Del is Vi is equal to VL del L, because I am replacing K with L, S plus S del M Vm. So now if I open this up using the product rule, what I will get is S constant del I Vi plus Vi constant del I S. If you compare these two, this will come out to be the same. So here S is constant, del I Vi, this is this quantity. So Vi constant, del I of S. So L goes from 1 to 3, I also goes from 1 to 3. So they are same. Now this can be written as del I Vj del Ij plus Vi del J S del Ij. So that means S del dot V, because Kronecker delta comes from here, and V dot del of S. So this is the same quantity as this. So here what we have done is we have used product rule when we had one scalar quantity and one vector quantity. The third question is del dot of V cross W is equal to W dot of del cross V minus V dot of del cross W. So here I will go from here and will reach here. You can try solving on both sides and then see both sides will equate after you use product rule for differentiation. So now the LHS is del I dotted with Vj crossed with Wk. So this will become del I dotted with Vj Wk EJKL. So here J and K are repeating, L is the vector, so the dot will be with L. So this will become del I Vj Wk EJKL del IL, and I can replace L with I. So let us do that. Del I Vj Wk EJKI, and I can take I here just to make it IJK. So you may not do that, but let me do that. Del I Vj Wk EIJK. So now I will use the product rule here. So now Wk constant, del I Vj EIJK plus Vj constant, del I Wk EIJK. Now I have to keep looking here to see what we need to prove. I know when W is constant here, then I have a cross product between del cross V, and K and K are same, so I can write it to be Wk del I Vj EIJL del KL. So if this is the case, then we know that there is a dot product between K and L, Wk dot del I Vj Eijl. And now I will do similar thing here. So this is plus sign. For that Ik should be in the order Ik. So I will take j here with a minus sign. So this will become Vj del I Wk Eikj. So now with the minus sign I can write Vj del I Wk Eikl del Jl. I could have used M here also so that this is different than this L. This will become Wk dotted with, so now you can see that this is the cross product, del I cross Vj minus Vj dotted with del I Wk Eikl. So this will become Wk dotted with del I crossed with Vj minus Vj dotted with del I crossed with Wk. So this in normal notation can be written as W dotted with del cross V minus V dotted with del cross W, which we already have as our right hand side. Question 4 is del dot tau dot with V. This is equal to V dot del dot tau plus tau double dot with del V. Now tau here is a tensor quantity. Tau has 2 dimensions. It will have 9 components. How do we dot any tensor quantity? When we have sigma ij dotted with, let's say, u vector, I am using index k for u, so then we will dot j, the last vector here. But if we have written uk dotted with sigma ij, then the dot product will be between I and k. So now this becomes del I dotted with tau jk dotted with vl. So now this will become del I dotted with tau j k v l Kronecker delta kl, and I can replace l with k. So this becomes del I tau j k v k, and now k is repeating, only vector is j, so I will be dotted with j. So this becomes del I tau jk vk del ij. So I can replace j with I. So if I do that, this becomes del I tau ik vk. Now we will use product rule. Using the product rule, what do we get? Tau ik constant del I vk plus vk constant del I tau ik. So now we need to prove that this is equal to this, and one condition that is already given to us is that tau is a symmetric matrix. So that means tau ij is equal to tau ji. Let us look at this term first. When vk is constant, there is a dot product between k and k. Because I is repeating, so it is not a vector. There can be a dot product between v and the last vector. So we can write it as vk del I tau ij del kj. This is equal to vk dotted with del I tau ij. So now inside the bracket, now we can also see again there is a dot product which is vk dotted with del I tau lj del IL. So this will become VK dotted with del I dotted with del tau LJ. So now this term is same as this term, V dot del dot tau. Now before I explain how to solve this, I will let you know what is the double dot product that is used in the expression here. The expression here is tau double dot with del V. So I will use tensor sigma double dotted with uv. So we can write it as sigma ij double dotted with ukvl. when we have double dot, the last vector will be dotted with first and the first vector of the tensor will be dotted with the last vector here. So when we have from here tau I k del I v k, we see that here first is first, last is last. So now we are also given that tau is symmetric matrix, so we can write it as tau ki del I v k. So that implies that tau ki double dotted with del j v l, similar to here, and this is similar to tau double dotted with del v. So this also proves our fourth question. Thank you.